the last class what is the last topic? Who is absent for the last class? You both. Rest of you. What is the last topic? Credit information companies. Equifax. Twin balance sheet system. Before that, financial inclusion. Okay. Okay. Then swabbing scheme. Okay. Stand up India. Then what else?
We started with which topic? Last class. Creative destruction. Okay. After that? Okay. 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 We completed all kinds of bank, right? Okay. 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 Types of cards. Okay. Okay. Digital currency. Okay. Financial inclusion. That was the last thing we discussed. Huh? Is that the last thing? Financial inclusion? No. Then after that. Then what else we discussed? Twin balance sheet syndrome. Okay. What is per capita income? Per capita. Per capita income. We have not discussed about that. But what is that? Per capita income. Income on an individual head, right? Per capita income means per person. What is the income? If we divide the entire country's wealth divided by the number of individuals of that country, we will get per capita income. So to increase the per capita income, the population control measures is good or bad? There is so many population controlling measures by the government, from the Madam Gandhi's government towards till today existing government. There are lot many population controlling programs, maybe using contraceptive methods, maybe because of the surgeries and all. And in some state, that was successful program also. It was started by the Indira Gandhi Madam government, but it is there in some of the state government till today. So my question is, like these kind of programs, population control programs, may helpful for increasing the per capita income, or it affects our per capita income? Helpful when these kind of programs become successful, what happens to our population? When there is a less population means, what happens to our per capita income? Per capita income means that is with respect to the population of the country, the entire country's wealth, with respect to the population of the country. And there is a contraceptive methods program and surgery program that was implemented properly. I mean, population control measures implemented by the central government, and it was implemented properly, assume. So that population of the country going to reduces. When the population of the country going to reduces, income level, if you count the head count ratio, means the entire wealth of the country divided by the population of that country, so that the value which comes out would be more compared to when we consider a huge population of the country. So the successful implementation of the contraceptive methods or successful implementation of the population controlling measures may helpful for the increasing per capita income of the country. Okay, this should be in your mind. This is the one kind of analysis. See, what is the difference between the real per capita income and per capita income? Something real means what? Like real per capita income, I told you. ನೀವು ಇದನ್ನು ಕೇಳಿರ್ತೀರ per capita income, but this is very new for you, I guess. So what is this new, real? What is nominal GDP and real GDP? This is we discussed, I guess, right? Now, what is the difference between the real and nominal GDP? Inflation means something inflation effect is there in which kind of GDP? Inflation in nominal GDP. Real GDP means subtracted by the inflation effect. So from the per capita income, if we subtract the inflation, we will get real per capita income. So this is actually real. Within per capita income, we also include some of the inflation measures or inflation stuff. When we subtract that inflation from the per capita income, then we will get a raw per capita income called real per capita income. This is the real one. Otherwise, the per capita income looks like a high or looks like somewhat more, but that more numbers or that more what we call indicators, that is just because of the inflation, not a real thing. Okay, it's like our GDP. Nominal GDP looks like a higher GDP than the real, but that is not real actually, because that is gives high number just because of the inflation, not because of the highest production. The same thing, per capita income of some of the countries is high because of its inflation of that country. So real per capita income is more authenticated source than the per capita income. This must be in your mind. Okay, ಹೇಳಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅವಾಗ, ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. What is infant mortality rate, or this infant mortality rate, MMR, IMR, maternal mortality rate, infant mortality rate. This is an indicator for any state government, or you can say any nation. If the infant mortality rate is more, means that country's health is not good. If the maternity mortality rate is high, means that states or that country's health is not good. Infant mortality rate, the number of death of the children before at the age of 1 year, means infant born and until 1 year it reaches. During this period, the number of death happens. If you consider a country as a measuring that, if the number of cases are high, number of death cases are high, that country will yields less infant mortality rate, or more infant mortality rate, so that the health indicators in the international rankings going to less. Okay, so infant mortality rate and maternal mortality rate, IMR and MMR, this shows the health indicator, or this shows the health of the country. What is this maternal mortality rate? The number of mother going to die while giving a childbirth or during delivery. This is the mother. Here it is an infant, means a child. Okay. The number of death of children before the age of 1 year. This is infant mortality rate. This is the number of the death of mother during delivery. Maternal mortality rate. We will calculate it for the 1000. So we will get a perfect ratio. Okay. You know this, there is a index called Human Development Index. Human Development Index. This is the international index, okay. It gives ranking like our use of doing business index, which is released by World Bank. This is also international index which gives ranking and which is published by the UNDP. UNDP. This is an international body which is going to publish Human Development Index every year. And this is an indicator about how is the human life of any country. It gives a ranking for the every specific country. Because of this ranking, we came to know about how was the lifestyle of that country, or how is the people of that country. Human development. Okay. If you look at the parameters in this indicator, the health indicator is the first one. In that health indicator, they look at MMR and IMR. Okay. The second parameter for this ranking is level of education. First one is health. Health, in that they will look after IMR and MMR. And the second thing is education. Here also dropout rates, everything they will calculate. What is dropout rate? One who left the school or one who left the college, dropout rates, and admission rate, and the level of teaching, and the skill of the lecturer, everything is calculated here. Okay, in the education. And per capita income is the final one. Per capita income. Okay. These are the three main indicators. Within these three main indicators, there are lot many sub-indicators to show Human Development Index. After went through these are the criteria, after went through these are the sub-branches, the UNDP going to release the ranking for specific country. If the ranking is good, means that country's human development is good. Okay. So you must know before health, IMR and MMR and per capita income. Because of that, I introduced that per capita income today. Okay. This is the thing. So Human Development Index released by UNDP, and it started to release from 1990. Before 1990, there is no concept. Okay. Like this, within India also, there is a state human development index also. That gives state human development index. That gives data in between the states. In that, normally Kerala will be the first ranker every year in terms of health, in terms of education. Okay, in terms of health, normally Kerala will be the topper. Because there is not many reason for that highest remittance receiving the state, and the administration is also easy because of its less geographical area and highly educated population. These are the different reasons for that. But within the state human development index also, they will going to release indexes. They are going to rank different states. Okay, and Kerala is top among them normally. While discussing education, before giving rank, they will look after the country's constitution, everything. Is there any right to education? Is it a fundamental right, or is it a DPSP? Everything they will look after. If it is the government policies, if you look at the government policies, they came to know that what is the focus of the government towards education. Like, is they took really serious education as a serious matter, or for the namesake they are giving education, or is there any best infrastructure for the education, or is they adopted technology for the education, everything they will discuss. After went through everything, they will give a ranking for specific sub division. After that, with these are the core divisions, they will give rank for this also, and finally they will give rank for the entire country also in the Human Development Index. So we can look after our countries. What is the health actual rank? What is the education actual rank? We are able to went through this report. It is online. It is in online. Okay. What is Manrega program? Do you know about this Manrega? MG Narega ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Generation Yojana or scheme. That is 100 days employment generation scheme, because rural India facing a cyclical unemployment. You can say seasonal unemployment, means only during the cropping seasons the peasants or the farmers get work, proper work, you can say. So rest of the year they are the seasonal unemployed. So to giving employment for them, government introduced MG Narega program. Okay, this is the 100 days guaranteed employment program. 100 days guaranteed employment program in a non-agricultural season. The main objective of this scheme not to successfully work in the rural village, but the objective of this scheme is to create demand in the rural village. How you can create the demand in the rural village? By putting money into the hands of the rural people. So this is the government scheme to make rural economy as a demandable economy, or to dump some of the amount of money into the rural hands. Okay, this is, you can do the same kind of work using JCB also. Like what they will do using Manrega scheme, they will dig the ponds, or they will do some of the digging activity. That and all you can do with your machineries, JCBs and Hitachi, in a less minimum cost effective manner. Then also they will go for the human centric, they will go for the MG Narega scheme. The reason is to create demand in the economy, to put money in the hands of the people, that too in a rural area. Okay, this is the scheme, MG NREGA. Okay, or this Gandhi's talisman, you can use this in your essay also, ethics also. Gandhi's talisman, Gandhi's Sarvodaya program, Antyodaya program, or Antyodaya concept of the Gandhiji. Gandhiji talisman, you know this? Right, Gandhiji's talisman. This is a kind of mantra given by the Gandhiji. It's like, according to Gandhi, when you are in a decision making position and you fall in a situation to decide, like you are in a decision making position, you always, before taking any kind of decision, you always look after how this decision going to affect the last mile people, not very near to you. Normally what happens when somebody is going to, somebody is in a position of the decision making, they look after their surroundings and they will do their decisions. They will not even think about the faraway population of this country or the last mile population of this country. So according to Gandhiji, in his talisman, he told that whenever a person is in a decision making position, he should think after the last mile person before he took any kind of decision. How my decision going to affect the person who is there in the grassroots level? How my decision going to affect the person who is there in the last mile, person who is there in the grassroots level, or person is there in the last connectivity. If my decision affecting, hold on there, if my decision affecting the last person of this country, then I should not take that kind of decision. badly affected. Consider my decision is badly affecting the last mile person of this country. I should not take that decision. Okay. Sometimes every civil servants fall in the situation to take decision, and he will fall in a dilemma, like whether my decision hurts, like whether my decision benefits the one who near to me or one who away from me. So according to Gandhiji, any kind of decision should benefits one who are away from you, not one who near to you. Okay, not one who near to means there should not be negative effect for the one, your surroundings. But while taking a decision, you should think about the last mile person, not only your surrounding. This is the Gandhiji's idea. Okay, this is Gandhiji's talisman. Even ನಿಮ್ದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿ ಲಬಾಸ್ನ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಗಾಂಧೀಜಿ ತಲಿಸ್ಮಾನ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಟೀಚ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಇದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಲಬಾಸ್ನದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಗೇನ್ ಟೀಚ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. Then what is the Sarvodaya concept? Upliftment of all Sarvodaya concept. Gandhiji ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, and it's there in our shloka also. Sarve bhavantu sukhina, sarve santu niramaya. Right? What is that? Sarve bhavantu sukhina, sarve santu niramaya. Everybody should be happy and everybody should be healthy. Right? ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಎಸ್ಸೆಲ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ. Okay. Because of this survey, bhavantu sukhina, sarve santu niramaya. Because of this shloka, Gandhi arrived at a conclusion like Sarvodaya concept. Sarvodaya means what? Welfare of all. All means what? Not only particular religion, or not only particular set of people, or not only particular state of people, or not only particular country population. All means entire universe. Sarvodaya concept. This is the Gandhiji's concept. Okay. There is no boundary. Sarvo Udaya. Sarva means all. Udaya means upliftment. Okay. Sarve bhavantu sukhina, sarve santu niramaya. ಇದನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಎಸ್ಸೆಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲ ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. Everybody should be happy and everybody should be healthy. Antyodaya concept means you can connect the Antyodaya concept to talisman. How? Upliftment of the last mile person, poorest of the poor. That is Antyodaya. Antya plus Udaya, Antyodaya. Antya means one or at the last end. Udaya means uplift them. Okay, Antyodaya concept. You can connect Sarvodaya to that shloka, Antyodaya to that talisman. Okay. You know this, there is an Antyodaya ration card. Antyodaya, that is, the first line card is APL, above poverty. Next line card is BPL. This is third line card, Antyodaya card. And means they will get more benefit than the BPL, Antyodaya card. Means uplifting the poorest section of the society. This is for the very poor or who was in a last mile. Okay. From the history, one who are suppressed, those will get the Antyodaya card. Normally, a physically handicapped and one who are at the last mile, like suppressed from the entire community, one who are at the victims of the social evils, they are all get these Antyodaya cards. So this Antyodaya, Sarvodaya, these are the concept of the Gandhiji. You must know this. Even Swachha Bharata concept is also part of Gandhi, right? Swachha Bharata concept. Before Gandhi's enter into the Indian politics, Gandhi's era started, no? While discussing modern history, I will tell you. Before this Gandhian era in the Indian politics, there is no concept about this Swachha, or there is no concept about Swachha Bharat or cleaning India. After Gandhi's arrival, whenever Gandhi used to visit the different cities of India, like he roamed around entire India, and he used to give speeches to in and around the cities. While giving speeches, before he started his speech, first 5 minutes to 10 minutes, he told his Karyakartas to clean the entire city or clean the entire ground. After cleaning entire ground only, he used to start his speeches. Okay, this is the way. Because of that, even today, if you look at the Swachha Bharat Abhiyan, the sign, that is a specs of the Gandhi, right? In that Swachha Abhiyan something. It's happened in a 2 phase, right? We are in the second phase of the Swachha Bharat Abhiyan. Swachha Bharat 0.2 or 2.0, 2.0, right? Okay? Yeah. let us discuss financial system of India. Actually, we discussed ಬ್ಯಾಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಫುಲ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಜನ್ಧನ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಲ್ವಾ? ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫಿನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಒಂದು ಬಾಕಿ ಇದೆ, ಇವತ್ತೇ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಬಿಫೋರ್ ದಟ್ ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್. Rural Regional Bank, Regional Rural Bank, RRB, I discussed it, right? RRBs, this is very important. Cooperative system, I discussed it. And Kisan credit card, Kisan credit card, no? Take heading as a Kisan credit card. Kisan credit card. This is a kind of card, okay, published to the farmers to get a short-term monetary requirements. It's a loan guaranteed card, Kisan credit card, started in 1998. Kisan credit card, Kisan credit card, started in 1998-99, in that area. The declared objective was to make short-term loans. The objective of this credit card is to ensure short-term loans to the farmers, readily available. And this is the tricky question in the UPSC. Once it is old UPSC question also. Kisan credit cards is only for the agriculture purpose. This is the option. Actually, this only word is wrong, because not only for the agriculture, it is only for the farmers, but agriculture as well as household activity purpose of the farmers. Okay. If there is any ceremony in the farmer's house, he can use this money for his household activity also. To purchase something for the house, he can use this money. So it is not only agriculture purpose, but it is only for the Kisan, only for the farmer. Okay. And readily available money means what? For any other kind of loan, he has to visit to the bank first. Then he has to submit his collateral. After that, he has to went through all the procedure which is established in that bank. The procedures, signature and everything, collateral. Now after that, passing through different offices, then he will get loan. That is a time-consuming method. So to avoid that readily available loan, government intervened and government started this kind of programs. And this is not a huge loan giving program. This is just around 25 to 50,000, within 25 to 50,000. Most of the time it is within 25 only. Okay, it's a short term and readily available loan giving program. Readily available, that is the code word here. Readily available. Why farmers will took short-term loans while sowing the seeds in initial days? After that, for the cultivation, right, tractors and all. After that, for the cutting the grass. Okay. After that, post-harvesting expenses on the harvest day because of the laborers and all, agri-laborers, or to protect the harvested crops, to travel to the market, traveling expenses. These are the short-term expenses, and they need loans for that, because only after they sell their crops they'll get loan or they'll get money. Before that, they're not able to manage their household, so they can use the same loan for the household activity also in between the cropping seasons. So if you look at the farmers, their only financial year is, or their only crediting is after selling their crop, right? So in between there is a need arises or any emergency arises, so they can go through this Kisan credit card and they can get easily available loan. This is the scheme of the government of 1998 and 1999, in that period. Okay. Now it is extended to even medium term and long term loan also. It was started as a short term loan. Now it is extended to medium term and long term loan also. Medium term and long term loan, any example? Tell me. Tell me, long term loan. Why farmers need long term loan? Short term loan means cultivation, to give what we call rent for the tractor. If he want to buy a tractor, that is the long term loan. Okay, machineries, agri machineries, equipments, pump sets. Now he is also getting money to buy agri equipments also within Kisan credit card. When it was started, that is not the case. Now it is extended even to the long term loans. Okay. Take heading as the National Agricultural Insurance Scheme. This is also the then government scheme. National Insurance or National Agriculture Insurance Scheme. National Agriculture Insurance Scheme. You know this PM Bima Yojana. What is that? The insurance scheme. This is this BJP government scheme. The same thing in a Congress government National Agriculture Insurance Scheme. The same thing. This is also for the crop insurance. PM Fasal Bima Yojana ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಈಗ ಅದೇ ತರದ್ದು ಇದು ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. So the same concept. What is this? Giving insurance to the agriculture or giving insurance to the crops. It was being implemented on 1999 and 2000 in that area, in that period. The Agriculture Insurance Company of India, AIC, is the implementary agency. Agriculture Insurance Company of India, Company Limited of India. Agriculture Insurance Company, not life, not LIC. LIC is a life insurance company. This is Agriculture Insurance Company Limited of India. Those are the implementing agencies. The main objective of this scheme is to protect farmers against the crop loans. Against the crop losses because of the non-favorable climatic condition, or because of the natural calamities, or because of the disasters, because of the famine, because of the drought, whatever may be the reason. If the farmers went into loss because of their crop loss, they get benefit out of this new kind of program. So the thing is, here, this is one of the old basic question, like the last question regarding these schemes, and is this universal for the all farmers or not, is the question. All farmers means what? What kind of farmers are there? One is small landholders, another one is big landholders. This is one kind of dividing the farmers. And another kind of dividing the farmers, one is loany farmer, one is non-loany farmer. Who is this loany farmer? One who took loan from the institutional mechanism like banks, like through institutional, structured, formal loans. Non-loany farmer means sometimes they are also loany farmers, but not through the institutional, not through the banks, but through the money lenders or something non-institutional. Okay, so this loany and non-loany is because of structured and unstructured, or the formal and informal loans. Okay, so this National Agriculture Insurance Scheme is for the both kind of farmers, loany farmers as well as non-loany farmers. Means one who took loan from the bank or one who took loan from the money lenders, for everybody. And even small landholders as well as big landholders, for every landholding, irrespective of their landholding size, this scheme is universally applicable. Is that clear? These are all minute information, but it is very important for the examination point of view. And it covers all kind of food crops. Means there is no partiality in between the food crops. Some kind of partiality is there in Fasal Bima Yojana, and here there is no partiality. It is same for all food crops, all oil seed crops, all major commercial crops, or you can say all horticulture crops. It is same. The premium is also same. The claim is also same. The premium means what? What is premium? For the insurance amount, what is your investment? That is premium. How much you should pay for that insurance scheme? That is the premium. Claim means what? What is the returns out of that insurance? That is the claim. Okay. So here premium is same for every kind of crops. And there is a 10% subsidy is there for the small and marginal farmers. 10% subsidy in the premium. 10% subsidy is there in the premium for the small and marginal farmers. Okay, this subsidy, see 10% subsidy means what? Consider there is a 10,000 is the premium for the farmers has to pay to this national this insurance scheme, and 10% out of 10,000 means 1k, and out of this 10% central government is going to invest 50% and state government is going to invest 50%, means 500 rupees. This is a kind of benefit scheme given by the government towards the agriculture sector. So this is a welfare schemes to the agriculture sector. This 10% benefit scheme would be shared by the both center and state government. These are very important. 50-50 basis, you can say 50% central, 50% state. What is this? This is the sharing in the benefit or sharing in the subsidy within the premium. What is the subsidy? 10% subsidy. Within that 10% subsidy, both center and state going to share. Okay. This is the then Congress governments, or you can say the then governments, 1999, 2000 governments, agriculture insurance scheme. Okay, this is for the first time they started to give insurance for the crops even. Okay, who is the implementing authority here? Who is the implementing authority? Which agency? Agricultural Insurance Corporation, not life insurance. Agricultural Insurance, AIC Limited. Okay, this is all. Now take heading PMFBY, Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. What is the meaning of Fasal? What is the meaning of Fasal? Fasal. Fasal means no. Fasal means crop. Fasal antiyala Kannadadalli. Crop. Bima means insurance. So this is crop insurance program. Same thing. That is the Congress government. This is the BJP government. They don't want to continue the same scheme with this old name. So they just changed its name and changed its structure itself. Same thing. It's also a crop insurance program. But now and there they just changed the name and the structure of the program. Okay. Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima. Bima means insurance for the crop. Okay. This scheme was started or announced on January 2016 in the first time Modi government, January 2016, and became effective in June 2016. They started in Jan and become effective in June 2016. Okay, the scheme will be implemented by the same company. Which company? What is the implementer for that scheme? Agriculture Insurance Company or Corporation. Here also Agriculture Insurance Company. As well as their only AIC here, AIC plus some of the private companies also, private insurance companies also. They are only AIC here, AIC plus private insurance companies also, they are allowed. And it is under the Department of Agriculture. The Department of Agriculture, it is under the Ministry of the Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. Okay, Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, there is a ministry. Under that there is a department called Department of Agriculture. That Department of Agriculture is the supervisor for this scheme. Okay. You must have all these in your notes, otherwise it is difficult. They are going to have the same thing. They will give what is, in prelims, PMFBY. They will not give the full form also. They will give PMFBY and tell me the ministry under which it comes. What is the ministry? Ministry of Agriculture and Farmer Welfare. Okay. Under the Department of Ministry of Agriculture. What is the difference between department and the ministry? ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟಿಗೆ, ಇಲಾಖೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸಚಿವಾಲಯಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್? ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟಿಗೆ. Under single ministry there is lot many departments. Okay, it's an umbrella. Ministry is an umbrella for the many departments. Okay. Here the scheme will provide insurance to coverage to all food and oilseed crops, as well as commercial crops and horticultural crops. Here it provide insurance to all food and oilseed crops, commercial and horticultural crops. Horticultural crops means ತೋಟಗಾರಿಕೆ ಬೆಳೆ, ಅರೆಕಾ, okay, then this one black pepper, then horticulture crops. And what is this? Floriculture means growing flower, okay. Sericulture, silk, okay. Bee culture, honeybee. See, that kind of national agriculture insurance, that program is compulsory for the every kind of farmers. Here this program is compulsory for the loany farmers, but for the non-loany farmers means one who are not getting any loan or one who not took any loan from the structured or institutional financial system. For that kind of farmers it is optional, not compulsory. But one who took loan in the institutional manner, one who took loan through the banks, one who took loan in the formal sector, for those kind of farmers it is compulsory. Okay, this is the difference. Okay, the farmer has to hold KCC for this Kisan Credit Card to be part of this Bima Yojana insurance program. Here the maximum premium payable by the farmers, and there was some the government subsidy also within the premium, but maximum premium paid by the farmers itself. Premium means the amount which they spend for that insurance company, paid by the farmers. So maximum premium paid by the farmers, maybe 2% would be paid by the government. 2%. Paid by the government. Okay. And depending on the crop also, the government benefit going to differ. This 2% premium for the Kharif crops. What is Kharif crop? There is three kinds of crops. One is Kharif, one is Rabi, another one is Zaid. Kharif means one who grow in a, you can say, a rainy season of India. Rabi means one who grow in a winter season like wheat. And Zaid means the crops which grown in a summer season like watermelon, the water content more like cucumber, these kinds of the crops. One who grow in a summer season are Zaid crops. Okay. So the premium for the Kharif crops, the government premium is 2% for the Kharif crops. 2% means subsidy. Means 98% by the government. 2% by the, 98% by the farmers, 2% by the government. If it is Rabi crops, 1.5% by the government. If it is Rabi crops. And if it is commercial crops, 5%. So it is depending on the crops also, it is going to differ. This is the another difference which is there in between NAIC and this one. Okay. In that there is no differentiation in between the crops, right? It is universal for every crops. Here there is a difference. Okay, 1.5 for Rabi, 2 for Kharif, and 5 for commercial. This may be your question because this is the new one. Okay. And they will calculate the area based approach while issuing a loan, not issuing, while claiming a benefit. They will look after the area based approach. Okay. By looking after the how many areas that was collapsed because of the disaster. Like if it is 10 acres area was collapsed because of the calamities, because of the famine or because of the drop means the claim is for the 10 acres. If it is for the 1 acre means claim is well less minimum for the 1 acre. So depending on the area, they will use drone shots also for the area based approach. They will take records, after that there is a claim. So digitalization happened because of this. They will capture the area based approach using drones and they calculate the digital record. Only after the digital records there is a claim, otherwise there is no claim. Okay. So area is the approach or area is the core. And claim would be like, is there any hard cash directly received by the farmers? No. Claim is through DBT. DBT means direct benefit transfer to the farmers Aadhaar linked account. Everything is digitalized. Okay. Claim is through DBT. So Digital India is well established under PMFBY. Okay. This is enough, I guess. Jan Dhan Yojana we discussed it, right? NABARD we discussed it or not? Like when it started, everything. No, I guess. The year and all I didn't give. Did I give? NABARD. Functions of NABARD. No, I didn't give. Take heading is a NABARD because for the mains it is important. Okay. What is NABARD? National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development. NABARD. National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development. Okay. NABARD. It is a apex institution of agriculture and rural development. Apex institution. Apex means what? Something supreme. The high. APEX. Apex institution for the agriculture and rural development. It was set up under NABARD Act of 1981. Under NABARD Act of 1981. So it was set up on 1981. July 1981. And who is the owner of this NABARD? Government or RB? This is actually a government policy, government scheme. Because of that, 99% of the NABARD share is with the government, only 1% of the share is with the RBI. 99 plus 1. 99 with the government, this is 1 with the RBI. The owner of the NABARD. Because there is no, not only agriculture here, or not only finance here. Agriculture as well as rural development. Rural development is something outside the RBI. That will not come under the purview of the RBI. Rural development. Okay. So agriculture is also not directly comes under the RBI. Only finance matters or banking that comes under the RBI. Because of that, only 1% share is rest with the RBI. Rest 99% it is in the hands of the government. Okay. This is the thing. And what is the function of this NABARD? Take heading, function. I told you while discussing the different kinds of the bank, the structure of the bank, NABARD refinances the banks. What is this refinance? It directly not going to lend to the farmers. It finances to the banks so that it makes sure that banks is lending to the farmers when who need it in the rural level. Right? So this refinance is the one of the function of the NABARD. So that refinancing, it makes sure that the lended money would transfer to the needy peasant or needy farmer. And what are the kinds of the loan within the NABARD? Take short-term loan, short-term, medium-term loan and long-term. Short-term, medium-term and long-term. There are three kinds of the loan within NABARD. Short-term means up to 18 months. The loan would be issued for up to 18 months. Then we call it as a short-term loan. 18 months. 18 months means 1.5 year, right? 1.5 year. So the loan which NABARD lent for 1.5 year, it comes under the short-term loan. The loan which NABARD lent for 18 months to 7 years. 18 months to 7 years. Before 18 short term, 18 to 7 years. 18 months to 7 years, this is medium. More than 7 years, this is long term. Up to 25, okay? More than 7 years, up to 25 years. Normally, who are going to receive for 25 years or 10 years loan and all, more than 7 years? Yaar togoltare? Agri machineries, they want to take medium term loan, normal, 5 years, 6 years. What is this long term loan? Who is going to receive this long term loan? To buy a land, sometime a big landholder. Then, see, this is for the normally not only lent for the agriculture but also for the rural development, right? For rural development, some of the local government also, most of the time the cooperatives itself took loan for the development of the rural infrastructure. That is for the 15 and 20 years loan. It may be a road, it may be a canal, it may be an irrigation project. Okay, around 20 to 25 years loan. Normally this kind of, for the rural development project, they will lend loan for the 25 years, long term loan. Rest, the normal peasants, they go for the short term and medium term loan. Medium term loan for the agri machineries, majority of the time, to buy a tiller, tractor or cultivator, these kind of the terms. As well as the NABARD give long term loans to the state government also for the 20 to 25 years. State government also. NABARD giving loan for the state government. But with the agreement, what is the agreement? The lended loan from the NABARD should only go for the agriculture as well as the rural development, but not the other sector. This is the previous agreement that must be maintained. Okay? This is the thing. So NABARD is responsible for the supervision of the rural banks, and you can say RRBs, it supervises the RRBs and other rural banks. Okay? These are other things. There is one of the old state government question. The rural commercial banks was looked after by, or rural commercial banks was supervised by which institution? Option 1 RBI, option 2 RRB, option 3 cooperatives, option 4 NABARD. NABARD, tell me answer. Regional commercial banks, or you can say rural commercial branches of the banks, was supervised by which of this institution? So one of the state government question. State government competitive exam. State civil service exam question. Otherwise, the commercial banks are supervised by which one? RBI, right? This one. Most of the aspirants went for this also. But the commercial banks having its branches in the rural area, that specific rural areas branches was supervised by the NABARD. Okay? This should be in your mind. Not all branches. Commercial banks, rural branches. Okay? Supervised by the NABARD. This should be in your mind. Till now we discussed lot many agriculture loans. Let us discuss something other than the agriculture, non-agriculture. What are the financial things which is other than the agriculture? We discussed banking. In that, after cooperative and after priority sector lending, that too after agriculture within priority sector lending, rest everything is a non-agriculture only, right? After the cooperative and after some of the developmental banks, rest everything is the non-agriculture only. So, you know this, there is a financial market concept. This financial market something non-agricultural. Okay. In every economy there is a long term and short term. Long term would be the capital market, short term would be the money market, or you can say the financial market. Okay, take heading as a money market. This is the short term market and non-agriculture financial system. Non-agriculture financial system. In Bradri, short term market in that money market. In the financial market, this is the entire tree. In the financial market, we can divide the entire market into short term and long term market. And here, long term means it is capital market. Long term it is money market. Okay, and it is non-agricultural. Let us discuss something. We discussed about G-Secs, right, one day. What is that G-Secs? Government securities, normally which is issued by the RBI on behalf of the government. And all the financial institutions, maybe the commercial banks, as well as the RBI holds the G-Secs and it lends loan against that. That is the story. And this G-Secs is not a short-term market. This comes under the long-term market. Short-term means normally less than 1 year. Okay. These G-Secs are normally more than a year. Normally more than a year. So, if within prelims, if there is a question arise like G-Secs comes under which kind of market, you should have an impression to say it is a long term, not a short term. So, what is there in the short term? Let us discuss. First, take the components of the short term. Then let us discuss one by one. The first one, call money market. This is under this one, okay? Call money market. There are 4 components. One is call money market and treasury bill market. Treasury bill market. Call money market, treasury bill market, commercial bill market and commercial paper market. Commercial bill market and commercial paper market. Okay, there are 5 components. Final one is certificate of deposit market. Certificate of deposit market. You should not forget this one. These are all comes under the short term, not long term. Okay. Let us discuss one by one. Take heading as a call money market now. Short term market in that call money market. First one. It is a very short term. It is for the very short term market where transaction happen for a day or transaction for 1 day, within 1 day. Okay. Normally on the call money market, the transaction happen for 1 day. Because of that, it is also called overnight market. Overnight market. See, sometimes what happens, within a commercial bank also, sometimes within some of the institution, financial institution, there is no balance sheet tally, or there is a problem in the tallying the balance sheet. At that time, in an emergency situation, they need some lump sum amount of money for a short period, overnight, and this is the option for them. Okay, so it is for the emergency purpose. So what is the interest on this call money market? It is in the overnight, no? So what would be the interest? It is less or more? More, overnight, sudden emergency. So interest rate somewhat more. Okay, interest is not pre-decided, but fluctuation is there. Interest is not predetermined, means there is no fixed interest because it is an emergency, no? So interest is not predetermined because fluctuation is there. Depending on the demand and supply of that time, the interest rate would be somewhat more than the market. Okay. There is no less, somewhat more. Okay. Compared to market interest, compared to rest of the interest. Okay. If the transaction happen in between the banks, we call it as a call money market. If, this transaction normally happens bank plus some of the institutions, sometime in between the banks also, because of the balance sheet tally. We call it as the interbank call money market. Okay. If the transaction happens in between the two banks, we call it as an interbank call money market. Okay, bank ಅಲ್ಲಿ overnight transaction ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, one bank ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಬ್ಯಾಂಕಿಗೆ overnight lump sum amount transact ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಕೆಲವೊಂದ್ಸತಿ ಟ್ಯಾಲಿ ಆಗಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್, ಅದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಅರ್ಜೆಂಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಒಂದು ಬ್ಯಾಂಕಿಂದ ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಬ್ಯಾಂಕಿಗೆ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಲೋನ್ ತರ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ, ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಟರ್ಮ್, overnight, one day. Okay, this is the thing. And is there any security needed for these kind of loans? For the interbank, there is no need of security here. That is the choke point here. There is no need of security. Security is not required for borrowing. When there is no security needed for a particular loan, the repayment hurry is more. Means on the call of the loan giver, the receiver has to pay back the loan. That's why the name call money. Means on the call he has to pay back. This loan has to be repayable on the call of the lender. Okay. When lender calls for the money, the receiver should be in a position to repay back that loan. That is the need for this, because it is a overnight, very short term. Because of that, there is no need of security. Okay. Because of that, feature, we name it as a call money. Okay. When lender calls, the receiver has to be in a position to pay back that loan. Okay. This is the thing. Take second one, treasury bill market. The bill of exchange is issued by the government here. Treasury bill, it is like this is the short term, you can say short term structure of, or short term of GSEC. I told you GSEC is a long term, right? GSEC should be released by the RBI on behalf of government, means government is the authorized entity for the GSEC. The same thing, treasury bill for the short term. The activities, everything is like the GSEC only. Treasury bill is for the short term. Okay. It is a bill of exchange issued by the government for a short term loan. Bill of exchange. G6 means that is a kind of security for the long term, right? This is for the bill of exchange issued by the government for the short term loan. There are two kinds of the treasury bills issued by the government. Take. One is issued at the face value like 5,000 rupees. Here it is face value 4,500 rupees. And normally, here the face, wait. Here also 5,000 rupees. But this was deducted for the 4,500 rupees. Means there are two kinds of the treasury bills. One is issued at the face value only. Means 5,000 rupees issue ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. Another one is issued with the both face value is 5,000 for the both treasury bills. One of the treasury bill is issued at the face value only. Means ಇದನ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ 5,000 discount ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. Another kind of treasury bill issued by the deduction from the face value. Means this 4,500 ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. And what is the profit for this? The difference between this deduction amount as well as the face value. The 500 rupees is there, no? This is the profit for this kind of treasury bill. Here what is the profit for this kind of treasury bill? The interest which he receives for this 5,000 rupees, no? That is the profit for this kind of treasury bills. There are two kinds of treasury bills. One is issued at the face value, another one is issued at the, face value means the value which is mentioned in the treasury bill. That is the face value. One kind of treasury bills is issued at the face value and another kind of treasury bills is issued at the deduction for the face value, not on the face value, something lesser than the face value. That lesser, there is a difference between that lesser and the face values. That is the profit of this treasury bill holder. And here, this treasury bill holder, here the interest which he received on the face value is the profit of the treasury bill holder of that treasury bill. Okay, there are two kinds of the treasury bill. Okay, it is like G-sets only. So what is the difference between, I just give an example like this, 4,500. This may be in a lump sum amount also, like 5 lakh, 4 lakh, and here it is 5 lakh only. Consider I need a 5 lakh rupees loan, urgent loan. I am not able to surrender this and I am not able to repay, getting money out of this. So I can pledge this amount, I can pledge this treasury bill somewhere else to get a loan. If I pledge this, consider this both is the 5 lakh face value, I need a 5 lakh rupees loan. And here it is 4 lakh, which I took for the 4 lakh and the face value would be 5 lakh. Consider this. And both is the face value 5 lakh only. I need a 5 lakh rupees urgent loan. I pledged the same thing with the bank. And bank repay me 5 lakh after pledging this face value loan, but not this face value loan. Why? After pledging this treasury bill, I will able to get 5 lakh rupees loan, but not this. Why? Not getting. ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಂಬರ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಈಗ. This is 5 lakh rupees face value. Here also 5 lakh rupees face value. Face value is it. Okay. And I received this treasury bill for the 4 lakh. And this treasury bill for the 5 lakh only, because the interest is my profit. Here the difference is my profit. And I need urgent 5 lakh rupees loan. ಇದು ನನ್ನ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿದೆ, ಬಟ್ ಇದು ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, papers. I need urgent 5 lakh rupees loan. So I went to SBI bank and I pledged this treasury bill in that bank, this treasury bill, and they are able to give 5 lakh rupees loan for me because this is 5 lakh rupees. If I pledged this, they will not give me 5 lakhs, they will only give me 4 lakh. This is the difference. Now you got my point, I guess. Because yes, it is a face value is 5 lakhs, but there is a term for that. Claiming date for that. Before you went and you claim the 5 lakhs means they will not give. Okay, even the loan also they will not give over this treasury bill. Only on the face value they will give loan, not on the deducted value. Okay, this must be in your mind. These are the two kinds of the treasury bill. So treasury bill released by the government itself. There is no private entity here. G-Sets means government. Like government securities, there is lot many private securities also there, I told you. Are you getting? And the interest repayment out of the private securities is more than the government securities. Then also people go for the G-Sets, I told you. The reason is government securities are the more stable than the rest of the things. Because of that, even maybe less minimum interest, they go for the G-Sets. Same thing here in the T-bills, the yield is very less compared to private bills. Then also government go for the treasury bill or T-bill. Okay. In a short term, we call it as a T-bill. Okay. Don't confuse. If you in exam, if something statement come with T-bill, don't confuse with something tea coffee. It is a treasury bill. There also government securities G-Sets. They ಹೇಳಿದಿಲ್ಲ government securities G-Sets is short form. T-bills, treasury bills. What is the short form for political science subject? You know this pole science. Pole science. Very recently I came to know about this. One of my friend is optional the political science. And while we discussing, he told that pole science, pole science. In initial note, I am not able to understand what is that pole science. I know the pole smell. What is this pole? Pole science. Then he told that is a short form for the political science. Like this, there is not many short forms. Okay. Here the face value is not security. Here the face value is security. Okay. Difference is very important. Okay. What is repo rate, reverse repo rate? Everything you know, right? I will remember. What is reverse repo rate? Tell me. Because to understand furthermore, you need this. What is repo rate? What is repo rate? What is repo rate? Repo rate. It is the interest rate, first of all, or you can say the extra amount which commercial bank has to pay while returning its loan from the RBI, right? It's a kind of the interest rate of the RBI. Reverse repo rate, it is a kind of the interest rate RBI which is giving to the commercial banks, right? Reverse repo rate. So when repo rate and reverse repo rate and other CRR and SLR increases, what happens to the money supply in the economy? Decreases, because it is inversely proportional to. What happens to the inflation? Money supply again time waste okay. Next, third one, commercial bill market is heading. Commercial bill market. Something commercial means, is it a government or the market? Market. That means this commercial bill market, it is normally used by the traders. This is a transaction between the two big traders, or you can say these kind of the commercial bill markets generally used by ಅನೇಕ ಟ್ರೇಡರ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ನೀವು ಅಡಿಕೆ ವ್ಯಾಪಾರದವ್ರು ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಮ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಳೂರಿಂದ ಶಿವಮೊಗ್ಗದಿಂದೆಲ್ಲ ಗುಜರಾತ್ಗೆ ಅಡಿಕೆ ಕಳಿಸ್ತಾರೆ. ಒನ್ ವೆಹಿಕಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಡಿಕೆ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಕ್ರೋರ್ಸ್ ಟುಗೆದರ್ ಮನಿ ಬರಬೇಕು, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಗುಜರಾತಿಂದ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕಕ್ಕೆ ಬರಬೇಕು. ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಪೇ ಇನ್ ಅ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ಕ್ಯಾಶ್, ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಪೇ ಥ್ರೂ ಕಮರ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಬಿಲ್ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್. ನೌ ಟೆಲ್ ಮಿ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕಮರ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಬಿಲ್ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್? ಏನಿರ್ಬೋದು? ಐ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್ ಯು ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಿ ಟ್ರೇಡರ್ ಎ ಅಂಡ್ ಟ್ರೇಡರ್ ಬಿ. ಓಕೆ, consider a trader A is in Gujarat and he received a areca from here to here, from Mangalore to here, and what is he is liable to pay back some amount to here, right? Illinda illi kodbeku. Instead of amount what he will return in the commercial bill market and payment through commercial bills. So it is a kind of legally accepted document, a bill. So person A given to person B, and there is a maturity date also for that. Maturity date may be a short term, very minimum, like 7 days, 15 days. Consider he has to pay 5 crore to this person with 7-day maturity rate, 1 week maturity rate, one ಕೊಡ್ತಾನೆ bill, commercial bill market, and it is in SBI ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಇವನು ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ. ಓಕೆನಾ? He went to SBI on the 7th day, he will get 5 lakh hard cash after surrendering this commercial bill market. If he has some urgency, he went on the 2nd day itself, he will not able to wait till 7th day, then what happens? Some of the amount which would be deducted from this 5 lakhs or 5 crore, ಅರೇಕ ಲ್ಯಾಕಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅಡಿಕೆಗೆ ಅವಮಾನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, okay, crore. So some of the amount would be deducted from this. That is for the what we call that previous for the maturity or something premature time. This deduction is for the premature time. So this commercial bill market is not between the government or not the government. This is between the traders. Use the word trade here. While there is a commercial bill market comes means you must use the word trade. This is for the two different traders. You know this, the transaction more than 2 lakhs is not able to through hard cash. It must be in a bank or it must be in a through financial market like this. Okay. So it must be discounted before due date. If somebody went for the clearance before due date, it must be discounted. Normally 12% ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಡಿಸ್ಕೌಂಟ್. ಓಕೆ, 12% ಡಿಸ್ಕೌಂಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಡ್ಯೂ ಡೇಟ್ಗಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ಹೋದ್ರೆ. Next, commercial paper market. This is the bill, this is difference, only single word difference. Now tell me, what is this? Commercial paper market, CPM. CPM. Trade means what? Something a traders. It is not a company. A traders means two individuals. If the same kind of activity happens between two companies, we call it as a commercial paper market. Two companies. It is used by the companies for short-term exchange. Companies. Use the word company. That's why I noted this here. Use the word trade. Okay, underline the word trade here. Trade for commercial bill market. The word company for commercial paper market. And here also there is no need of security, everything. And it is unsecured also because there is no security here. Kind of unsecured. It is not as secure as these T-bills because T-bills issued by the established government. Here the commercial paper market issued by the established company which is registered under Companies Act 2013. Okay, so this is insecure than this T-bill. Insecure or not stable, you can say. And there is no security needed for this. And to issue some of the commercial bill, what is the nature of that company? Like every other company able to issue commercial paper? No, there should be some of the criteria. This commercial or this company has to be registered under, first of all, Companies Act, then only it will establish a company, as well as this should be listed in stock exchange. This should be, there is different stock exchanges, National Stock Exchange, Bombay Stock Exchange, you know this, SEBI, it comes under SEBI. We discussed it, right? SEBI. It should be listed in the stock exchange, first one. And it should be have minimum required capital. It means what? The company should have minimum required capital which that stock exchange asks for. Minimum required capital. It should have minimum required capital fixed by RBI or fixed by that stock exchange. Okay. Why this is the need? Why minimum required capital? Only a minimum required capital successfully submitted companies are able to issue commercial paper market. The reason, what is the reason? To maintain somewhat stability in the market. Otherwise what happens? Every other company has to issue and all are went to bankruptcy or all are went to, what happens? There is a, what we call instability in the economy starts. This may be another scam. So, before issue commercial paper market, these companies has to be registered under stock exchanges and has to maintain some of the requirements which is mentioned in RBI or that stock market. Okay, and this is tradable in market. What is this tradable? Something tradable means what? This may be one of the prelims question. Like the commercial paper market issued by one company and received by another company. This company, if it wants, it can sell to some other company also. It is tradable. Not only it will not stop there itself. It is tradable. It will not going to die in this second company. It is tradable. Okay. These are the four important short-term money market. The fifth one, take fifth one, certificate of deposit market. This is for the deposit, okay. Take heading, certificate of deposit market. This is a type of fixed deposit with special features. This certificate of deposit market is a kind of deposit only, but somewhat special features are there. This one is released, this certificate is released for the discount for its face value, released at the discount for its face value. This is a special feature. It is actually a fixed deposit, but it is issued at a discount on its face value. Discount on its face value. And it can be issued at the minimum prescribed value. It is issued for minimum prescribed value and it's multiple. Minimum prescribed value means what? Consider 2k, 2000 rupees, and it's multiples. If somebody come with the 10 lakh means 2k, 10 lakh divided by 2k, that kind of papers, that much of papers, okay. So it is issued at a very less minimum price and multiple of its number. It is issued for the minimum prescribed value and multiple number, minimum prescribed value and multiple number. Okay, certificate of deposits, and it is tradable in nature. Tradable, like our commercial paper market, it is tradable. Tradable means the receiver has all the rights to sell to some other person. Okay, the receiver has all the rights to trade it in the market, or he can every other right to sell it. These are the five different money market. Money market means short-term market. Short-term to the extent less than 1 year. If it is more than 1 year means capital market, which we already discussed at times. The shares, company, the shareholding, everything. While discussing in the beginning only, we discussed it. The angel investor, venture capitalist, seed capitalist, right? Those are on the capital market. See, something share means there should be a company first of all. Company must be registered under Companies Act. Then only it can issue its shares. Okay. Adon common sense, gotthiru. There should be authorized company first of all. Then only it can issue its shares. Otherwise what happens? There is no guarantee for that share. So 1 part is equal to 1 share. You know this. If MRF is issuing share, means around 70,000. Imagine 70,000. This is the highest share, right? MRF is the highest share in the share market today. and it is issued in a multiples of this one single share. Means one single share means 70 only. One share is equal to this much. ಯಾರೇ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರು ಅಷ್ಟೇ. One share means number of the share, the holding, or you can say the ownership on that company going to increases. So one share is equal to one particular thing. One part is equal to one share. Okay, one share is equal to one part. So if person want to buy more ownership, he has to buy more shares. That's it. But one part is equal to one share. By buying more number of shares, he can become a owner of that company, or he can become a big owner, or he can increase its ownership over that company. Okay, by buying more and more shares. Value of the one part is decided by the company, and all parts having same value. This is a kind of basic in the share market. Value of one share is decided by the company, and value of all share is equal, right? Value of one share is decided by company, and value of all share is equal. What is debenture? Within share market, there is a word called debenture also, right? Take heading. Debenture. Debenture, what is this? It is a debt instrument. Means kind of bond, right? Debt instrument. And interest rate is involved in this. Interest rate is involved. See, I told you it is a debt instrument. How company can use this debenture? Every other company holding this debenture, it can sell its debenture to some other fellow, and it can make money out of that debenture, or it can receive money. If company wants money, the company can sell its debenture to some other person. If company wants money, company can sell that debenture to some other person, or you can say company can issue that debenture. Instead of sell, you can say issue that debenture to the people, and the people who buy that debenture from the company will become the debenture holder. And normally company makes advertisement for its debenture sale, everything. It will do advertisements for its sale. So who is borrower and who is lender here? Out of this debenture transaction, who is borrower in terms of money? If company is releasing debenture or issuing the debenture, so who is borrower here? Company is the borrower, means the money coming from peoples to the company. So who is lender here? The people, one who receive debenture, one who hold the debenture, are the lender. And there is proper regular interest for this. Okay. And within this debenture, there are two kinds of debenture. And this kind, the division within this debenture was made because of its convertibility. I'll tell you. See, somebody, consider a person A and person B. Both invested in a particular company, and both invested for the same kind of period and in a same value. The person A, instead of receiving debenture, he wants shares from that company. So he can convert his debenture into share. So that debenture will become convertible debenture. Person B don't want to convert that debenture into share. So the person B's debenture become non-convertible debenture. So these are the two kinds of debentures: convertible and non-convertible debentures. So if money converted into share, we call it as a convertible debenture. If money did not convert into share, he get his interest back instead of the profit or loss. That will non-convertible debenture. Are you getting? Shreyas, are you getting? See, there are two kinds of debenture. One is convertible and non-convertible. That is depending on the mentality of the people. One who borrow this debenture or one who lend to the company. If after maturity time, instead of instead of taking the shares, if he wants interest out of that debenture, he will not going to convert his debenture into share. So he will call it as a non-convertible debenture. Some of the fellows, they don't want interest out of their debenture, they want the share of that company, so they convert their money into the share. We call it as a convertible debenture. Nothing is there, simple. So depending upon the mentality of the investors, we can divide it within the debenture into convertible and non-convertible debenture. This is because of the decision of the people or one who invested in that company. So my question is, what is the difference between a share and debenture? If this is the case, you know this, what is debenture? Both debenture and the share was issued by the company only, received by the people only. Then what is the difference? Take a heading like that only. This is very important. You must know. There is a thin layer of difference in between the share and the debenture. What is the difference? Tell me. You know what is debenture, right? You know what is debenture, right? Everybody are understanding or not? Understanding, right? That day you know share, right? And today you know debenture, right? And then what is the difference? See, like a person A, he buy a share some company, from some company. He will become owner of that company, right? As part of owner of that company. If a person B received debenture of some company, does he become a owner of or partial owner of that company? No. Because ownership is there only on the share. Debenture, for his debenture, he will get interest, not profit or loss. Something profit or loss is there means that will become a ownership or share. So share contains profit or loss, debenture contains the interest. This is the first difference, or thin layer of the difference. Shareholders are partial owners of the company. Debenture owners or debenture holders, they are not the owners of the company. So profit or loss lies in the hands of the shareholders, or profit or loss affect the shareholders. Debenture holder, they are not going to affect profit or loss. If the company went into loss also, they will get their interest back sometime. See, if the company went into bankruptcy, company went into loss, and who is the first one to claim for his money back, shareholder or debenture? Who is the first person who claim his money back? Once shareholder means he is a part of the owner or partial owner of that company. If the company went into loss means he himself went into loss, means he is not able to claim his money back. But being a debenture, this is your right to claim a money, because you lend a loan. You lend a loan. I mean, you lend a money for the profit sake. So you are having all the rights to claim your money back. So when company went into loss, debenture holders can able to claim money back, but not the shareholders. Even debenture holders, if they want, they are able to go to court also. If they are not paid interest, when the company went into loss, they are not able to pay back their interest, so they can able to go to court. But the shareholders, they are not able to, because they invested. They are the partial owner of that company. Okay, this is the difference. You must know this. Okay, not for the sake of exam also. You must know this. Make it common. And within share also there is two kinds of share. One is shareholders also. There is two kinds of shareholders: ordinary share and preference share. You know this? Ordinary and preference share. Take within share ordinary and preference. Ordinary and preference. Preference shareholder get preference. Preference shareholder get preference in matters like dividend distribution. In matters like dividend distribution and repayment of capital. Dividend distribution and repayment of capital in case of winding up of the company. In case of winding up of the company. Okay. Ordinary shareholders enjoy the voting rights in all matters. Enjoy the voting rights in all matters. While preferential shareholders have limited voting rights. While preferential shareholders having limited rights. So power is in with the ordinary or preferential shareholder. Power with the ordinary. Benefit with the preferential. Power with the ordinary shareholder. Benefit with the preferential shareholder. This is the difference, okay? Any doubts till now? This is the completion of the financial market actually. Any doubts? We did banking also, we did financial market also. There were few little things remaining in the basic economy. I'll do it for now, like the narrow money, wide money, M0, M1, M2, M3, M4 and all. I'll do it for now. Are you able to understand whatever I did till now from the beginning of the economy classes? All topics. Are you able to connect with the current affairs? First of all, are you understand that? Like what is that concept? If you understand, then only you are able to connect to the current affairs. Everybody understood, right? All concepts. Overall absent for the economy classes. How many classes you are absent? 2 or 3 classes. Okay. Last class you are absent. In a last class, last Sunday you was absent. Okay. See what happened, in a last Sunday afternoon class, we lost that video because of some technical issues here. Morning videos is there, and we'll do our level best, okay, to retrieve that video. But the chances of retrieving that video is very, very rare. But the morning class, it is on uploading, still processing. But evening, we are not sure about that. But rest of the videos we already uploaded. When you are not watched those videos, please do watch. Once means when you are absent for that day, go through that. It would be benefit for you guys. Okay. You are present for every class, right? Last class, Sunday. Oh my God. Don't worry, copy your notes, friends' notes. And if you felt some difficulty in understanding any topics, you can connect me. Okay? Any other queries? See, from tomorrow I'll start environment, okay? We're done with geography also. So let us do environment. It is somewhat related to geography only, environment. Okay? For the syllabus wise, it is very short, but from the marks wise, It is very huge. More than the geography, nowadays UPSC is focusing toward the environment because of the air pollution, or because of the natural hazards, or because of the international alliances towards the nature, or if you look at the COP26 and all, conference of parties, and international delegations towards the environment, UPSC is more focusing towards the environment subjects. So it is important subject nowadays. Before 2015 and all, there is no specific environment subject at all. It is a part of geography. But after 2015-16, it remains as a separate subject, and now it is yielding more than the geography in terms of marks, that too in the prelims. Okay. So let us discuss from tomorrow that one. What is the initial public offering? That they share, IPO, then follow on public offering. So what is this initial public offering? It is the share issued by the company in a initial public, right? New shares sold by the company through public offering, initial public offering. Adella ide in notes alli. While discussing what is that angel investor and all, I told you in the beginning only. What is BSE? BSE, Bombay Stock Exchange. NSE, National Stock Exchange. What is the market capitalization? Take heading this one, MCAP. MCAP. Market capitalization. I told you, in a share market, one part is equal to one share, right? If you want to count the capital of that particular company, capital means asset of that particular company, you can able to calculate the asset of the company by calculating the number of the share, because one share has a similar value. One share means there is a standard value for that share. So if you able to count the number of the share, consider number of the share is 10,000. 10,000 number of the shares are there into, and all shares having similar value. That value means one share is equal to 74,000. Consider into 74. This is the entire asset of that company, right? So this is M capital. M cap means the entire asset of that company. It is the market value of the shares issued by the company, you can say. It is the market value of the share issued by the company. Total market value of the share. Or you can say market value of the total share issued by the company. Whatever. Market capitalization. Okay. In economy, there should be 2-3 basic things always should be in your mind. The capital means it is asset. Current means it is temporary, and it is not creating asset and liability. That is the current. Capital means which will affect our asset and liability. That is capital. Right. Market capitalization means the market value of all the shares issued by company. Right. It's a market value of all the shares issued by a particular company. We count the number of the shares into the market value of that share. If the M cap is small, what is the company size? Small only. If the M cap of particular company is big, means that is the big company. Atha. Instead of the big company, they will tell you the company's M cap is more. So without knowing what is M cap, you are not able to understand what is that. If the statement is like the company's M cap is more, means that is a big company. You should come to a conclusion that company is a big company. Okay. If the statement is the company's M cap is more, means that is a big company. Okay. What is mutual funds? It is the intermediate between investors and the market. Okay, single line enough. They are not going to ask you, but you must know. Mutual fund, intermediate between investor and market. Means there are some intermediary, they are going to collect from the all investors and they will put it in a market. This is the mutual fund, and there is numerous entity for that. And someone they will do business out of this only. And sometimes lot many scams are also happens. You know this Agri Gold. Few years back, there is a big scam in South India, that too, especially in Karnataka. So many investors they lost their money in this scheme, Agri Gold. Okay. So mutual funds collect money from the small investors normally. And this is what the difference between the hedge funding and mutual fund. Hedge fund means this is normally for the riskier projects. They are funded, they are invested for the riskier projects as well as huge amount. Hedge funding means. Mutual means small funding in a normal investment. This is the difference. Hedge fund is also kind of intermediate investors, but they are going to invest in a riskier projects, that to huge amount. Hedge means something huge amount. Hedge funding. Okay. Mutual means a small. Those are also financial intermediaries, but small in number. Small investors. And you know what is angel and what is venture, right? What is merchant bank? Take heading merchant bank. What is merchant discount rate? Right? In our last class we discussed it, right? Merchant discount rate. What is that? The amount of money which is deducted because of the online payments in the malls and all. Point of sale machines, we will give, we will scan the QR code, we will give, or a credit card, ATM card instead of paying hard cash, so that the bank going to deduct some amount of the money to the merchants. This is merchant discount rate. We discussed it, right? So what is this merchant bank? Take heading merchant bank. They are not bank actually. Merchant banks are not banks. These are the service providers and financial intermediaries. They will give the service of the banks, but they are not actually banks. They are the intermediaries, not the actual banks. They are the intermediaries, merchant banks. They will manage the primary issue and arrange the loan. They will do arrangement only. They provide consultancy services and everything. Consult the customers. What is the largest merchant bank in India? Largest merchant bank? Karvi. Karvi is the largest merchant bank in India. SEBI, ನಾನು ಹಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ದೆ SEBI in detail. Security Exchange Board of India, I guess no. Take heading, SEBI. This is also important for mains. Security Exchange Board of India. I did not discuss the history and all. Let us see some of the information regarding SEBI. Security Exchange Board of India. Security Exchange Board of India. Security Exchange Board of India. Okay. It is the regulator of which market? Money market or capital market? Which market? SEBI. Share market means capital market. They are the regulator of capital market. It was set up at 1988 as a watchdog of capital market. 1988 as a watchdog of capital market. Polity ಎಲ್ಲ ನೆನಪಿದೆಯಾ? ಯಾರೆಲ್ಲ ಪೊಲಿಟಿ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಗೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ರಿ? ನಂದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇನಿಷಿಯಲ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್. Who is the watchdog of public purse? There is a constitutional body called Controller and Auditor General, CAG, you can say CAG, watchdog of public purse, I told you. Gaya. Polity ಎಲ್ಲ ಮರ್ತೋಗಿಲ್ಲ ತಾನೆ? See, what are the subjects we covered as of now? Polity we covered, we completed. After that we went for geography, completed. Then economy, today completed. And environment is a small subjects. You can complete it in now 3-4 classes. Okay. After that, which subject left with? History. Enough. So that, and one class I will take for seaside also. So that finish. Science and technology, it is current affairs. Okay, everything is no need to discuss what is cell, they're not going to ask. Something is there in the current affairs, like Mangalyaan, it is there, or Chandrayaan 2, is there in the current affairs, so they're going to ask. If some species is there in the news, like COVID, the vaccines are there in the news, or something new virus is there in the news, then only they're going to ask. And all the institutions, the India's big institutions, they're going to cover all the information regarding the science and technology in their current affairs magazines. That is the best source. No need to read basics in the science. Okay, physics ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಹೋಗಿ refraction, reflection, different kinds of lens. So biology ಹೋಗಿ mammals, ಅದು ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಕಲಿಯಬೇಕು. Aves, no, not needed. Reptiles, amphibians, not needed. Okay. Something is there in the current affairs means you should read in and out of that current affairs. ಅವಾಗ ನೀವು ಅದ್ರ ಸುತ್ತಮುತ್ತ ಏನು ಬರ್ತದೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ತಿಳ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, ಏನಾದರೂ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಅಫೇರ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಅದರ್ವೈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ನೀಡೆಡ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದ ಇಯರ್ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಯುವರ್ ಪ್ರಿಲಿಮ್ಸ್, ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಟು ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ Sunday The Hindu newspaper on one side, because Sunday newspaper carries more science issues. That would be helpful in your mains as well, not only in the prelims, mains as well. ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಸಂಡೇ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವುದರಲ್ಲಿ? ದ ಹಿಂದೂ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಸಂಡೇ ಪೇಪರ್ಸ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಸಪರೇಟ್ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗಿ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ರೌಂಡ್ ಓದ್ಬಿಡಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಎನಫ್. ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಅಫೇರ್ಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಗಝಿನ್ ಓದ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಡನ್. ಎನಫ್. Security and Exchange Board of India, 1988. It's a watchdog of the capital market. SEBI is toothless. SEBI is toothless means what? It is not able to control the entire market. Practically not possible to control entire market. It is a watchdog, but it is not able to controlling now. So all participants will not bother about the SEBI. Some of the participants, they will genuinely they'll listen to the SEBI, but most of the participants, they will not listening. The procedure which is established by the SEBI, they are not following. So it is not a strong dog. It is a watchdog, right? Not a strong dog. It is a toothless dog, you can say. See, even Narasimhan Committee report of 1991, they talked about the SEBI. You know this. Even Narasimhan Committee have this information in this. While discussing SEBI in your minds, you can add Narasimhan Committee also. They also recommended for some of the reforms within SEBI. Narasimhan Committee recommended some of the reforms within SEBI. And because of this reforms, on 1992, a very next year after Narasimhan Committee recommendation, SEBI becomes statutory body. Statutory means what? A body which is brought from the parliamentary law. Okay, we call it as a statutory body. SEBI becomes statutory body. Something act, by bringing some bill, by bringing some act, if the body if something having backup with the parliamentary act, having backup with the parliamentary bill, we call that body as a statutory body. What is constitutional body? The body which is mentioned within the constitution, we call it as a constitutional body. That is the difference. This is by the act of the parliament. That is within the constitution. Which is more stable or which is superior? Constitutional body, which is mentioned within the constitution. Okay, this is the thing. Okay. After it becomes statutory body, it becomes much more powerful than before. Because of the Narasimhan committee report, they made it a statutory body. After becoming statutory body, it became much more strengthened or much more powerful. Okay. And what is the work of the SEBI? Take subheading, the work, or you can say what is the procedure, what is the working culture of the SEBI, what it will do, or what is the need for the SEBI. What it will do? First of all, it register, right? It register and regulate the stock market. You can say like that. It register and regulate the stock market. Even the brokers within the stock market, even sub-brokers under the brokers, they have to register with the SEBI. Then only they are able to do their trading activity in SEBI. ಯಾರು ಈ ಸ್ಕ್ಯಾಮ್ 1992 ಅಂತ ನೋಡಿದ್ರಿ? ಸ್ಕ್ಯಾಮ್ ಯಾರದ್ದು? ಸೀರೀಸ್ ಬಂದಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಯಾರದ್ದು? 5,000 crore ಸ್ಕ್ಯಾಮ್ SBI. ನೀವ್ಯಾರು ನೋಡಿಲ್ವಾ? ಹರ್ಷದ್ ಮೆಹ್ತಾ ನೋಡಿಲ್ಲ? ವಂಡರ್ಫುಲ್ ಆಕ್ಟರ್, ನೋಡಿ ಅದು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಅವಾಗ ನಿಮಗೆ ಸೆಬಿ ಇನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಟಾಕ್ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಹೇಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸ್ಟಾಕ್ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಅವರ್ ಫಿಶ್ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಫಿಶ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಸೇಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ಆ ರೇಂಜಿಗಿದೆ. ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಅದು ಅವತ್ತಿನ ಸ್ಟಾಕ್ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ 90s ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಈಗ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಈಗೆಲ್ಲ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್. ಅವಾಗಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಹೋಗಿ ಶೇರ್ ಕರೆಯೋದು. ನೋಡಿ, ಅದು ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ವೆಬ್ ಸೀರೀಸ್, ಹರ್ಷದ್ ಮೆಹ್ತಾ ವೆಬ್ ಸೀರೀಸ್. ಓಕೆ, 1992 ಸ್ಕ್ಯಾಮ್ 1992. ಹರ್ಷದ್ ಮೆಹ್ತಾ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ವಾ? ಬಿಗ್ ಸ್ಕ್ಯಾಮ್, SBI ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಕ್ಯಾಮ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. What is what I told? Like bankers, I mean brokers and the sub-brokers, they have to register with the SEBI. That is another work of the SEBI. And National Stock Exchange was permitted by the SEBI. Bombay Stock Exchange, National Stock Exchange, they are permitted by SEBI. Some of the foreign investment, I told you while discussing the qualified foreign investment, I told you they can invest in our share market also. While discussing our current account and capital account, I discussed about some of the investment is for our stock exchange also. The foreign investment for the stock exchanges was regulated by SEBI. Foreign investment for the stock exchanges was regulated by SEBI. Registered, even some of the foreign institutions, they want to invest in Indian stock exchanges. So those foreign institutions was registered and controlled, you can say regulated by the SEBI. And it is also the what we call a responsibility of the SEBI to teach the brokers, or you can say to teach the institutions, to educate the institutions. This is or to give training for the market participants. Who are all the market participants? Some of the investors, the brokers, sub-brokers. SEBI having the role of teaching these or educating these members or participants of these stock exchanges. So it conduct training programs to educating them. It conduct training programs and advertise the new programs, educating programs through social media, etc. And it strive for the protect, or you can say it always strive for the protect of its small investors. Not only it look after its big investors, it even strive for the interest of the small investors. It always strive for the interest, looking after the interest of the small investors. SEBI protect the interest of small investors, okay? And it also publish the frauds which happened in the share market. Sometime if any fraud happens, it publish it and make it transparent, okay? To protect the interest of the investors. This is for the purpose of why it publish its frauds, to protect the investors, and it educate the investors not to invest on those companies. So SEBI even sometime it punished some of the institutions, or it punished some of the fraudulents. It has a judicial power also. It can punish some of the fraudulents. It can issue fines. It can issue fines even. These are a judiciary activity, right? So SEBI having judicial activity like putting fine and punishing some of the fraudulents. So overall, it is an institution to protect the interest of the shareholders, right? In a nutshell, you can say this is the institution to protect the interest of the shareholders. Okay. Okay. Understood? By that note, SEBI is over. What is money? What is money? It's a medium of exchange, you can say. It's a legalized currency, legally authorized government. When it fiat, or you can say when it legalizes some set of paper or currency notes with a face value, we can consider and we can transfer, we can do transaction with that currency or with that paper, making it as an intermediary for our transactions, right? So it's a kind of intermediary. ನಾನು ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ನ್ಯಾರೋ ಮನಿ, ಬ್ರಾಡ್ ಮನಿ, ನಾಟ್ ನ್ಯಾರೋ ಮನಿ, ಮೆಟಲ್ ಮನಿ, ಕರೆನ್ಸಿ, ಅದು ಇದು. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ನ್ಯಾರೋ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಬ್ರಾಡ್ ಮನಿ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ನ್ಯೂ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್. ಐ ಟೆಲ್ ಯು. ಸಿ ಬಿಫೋರ್ ದಟ್ ಟೆಲ್ ಮೀ what is cost push inflation? What is demand pull inflation, you can say? Because of the huge demand, if the price of the product going to increases, when it increases, we call it as a demand pull inflation. Is the inflation is because of this huge demand, right? Like that, what is the cost push inflation? Cost push inflation. Take heading, cost push inflation. I guess I did not discuss it. This cost push. Discuss it. Okay, what is that? This is because of something supply side stringent, right? When the supply side went affected, tell me. No, you already written, right? It is there in your notes, I guess. It's there or not? It is. Then tell me, what is that? Okay, read it out. If possible. No, see, because of the supply side stringent, means what is the supply side stringent? Like consider a jute industry. Jute is the raw material for that industry. Because of the heavy rainfall, the jute was collapsed. Okay, because of the heavy rainfall, because of the post-harvesting time, it perished out of, or it went off because of the heavy rainfall. And there is a loss in the supply side. Means supply side got affected. Supply side chain or supply chain for the jute industry got affected. So supply stringent started. And when there is a supply side stringent, the cost of the production going to increases. Because there is no proper supply. They produce it within a less minimum supply. The cost of the product increased because of the supply side stringent. The cost of the product increased because of the supply. See, what is this called? Increased product cost. Inflation. Increase in product cost is called inflation, and this increase in the product cost is because of the supply side stringent. We call it as a cost push inflation. Rise in the cost of the supply side because of the supply side stringent, it pushes the product's price. Cost push inflation. Demand pull inflation is a something in demand side, huge demand. So cost push is in a supply side. I guess you are understanding. Cost push is a supply side, means before factory or before a manufacturing entity. This is after manufacturing entity. Demand side inflation. So inflation is not only after manufacturing but also before manufacturing. Means inflation is everywhere. It can affect from the both ends, either from the manufacturing end or from the this side, market end. Okay. And we discussed market price, basic price, factor cost, everything. Are you able to recall that? GVA. You guys are present for the last class, right? No, I discussed GVA, market price, cost price, everything. Are you able to reconnect that? Yeah. Don't worry. Fine. From the beginning, we discussed lot many things in the economy. I expect you to remember everything, okay? Because I explained it by giving examples also, and very common example. If you read the same concept in the standard books, the concept is very difficult and not able to understand in a single reading. So I made it in a very simple manner by using the examples which is there in and around you. So I expect you to remember all the concepts. First of all, understand all the concept and should able to connect the concept with the current affairs. Then only it will useful in your exam. Otherwise, it is waste. You should be in a position to connect. Then only it become helpful in your exam. Okay. And I did my entire economy by connecting only. Right? ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಬಿಡಲಿಲ್ಲ ನಾನು. ಎಲ್ಲದನ್ನು ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೇ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಬಂದೇನೆ. Even from the inflation, ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಯಾವುದದು $1 is equal to 100 rupees, 50 rupees ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಎಲ್ಲದಕ್ಕೂ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ನಾನು. ಇಂಪೋರ್ಟ್, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಅದು ಇದು ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಅದನ್ನ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ. ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಇಲ್ಲಿ, ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಇನ್ಫ್ಲೇಷನ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ತಿಳ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಡಿಫ್ಲೇಷನ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಆಮೇಲೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇರೋದು ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ. ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀನಿ. And I expect you to remember everything, the connection what I have given you, like what we did here. I expect you to remember in the same note as well, okay, in the same manner. Then only it will be helpful. Take heading as a narrow money, intermediate money and broad money. Narrow money, intermediate money, broad money. Narrow money. Because first one, narrow money and the third one. There are 4 kinds of money, okay? Actually 5 kinds. Fifth one let us discuss later. M1, M2, M3, M4. These are the 4 kinds of the money which is there in our market or economy. M1, M2, M3, M4 and M0 is the final one that I will discuss later. Take M1. Here this M1 is the narrow money and M2 is the intermediate money and M3 and M4, especially M3 is the broad money. Okay, M1 is narrow money, M2 intermediate and M3 is the broad money. Take narrow money as the heading. Narrow money. Narrow money means M1. M1 as a heading. Okay. Currency with the public. It contains what? First one, currency with the public plus means ಜನರ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋ ದುಡ್ಡುಗಳು. Currency with the public plus currency of the public with the bank. ಜನರ ದುಡ್ಡು ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋದು. Only on the demand deposit. The currency of the public with the bank in a demand deposit, not on the fixed deposit. Okay, underline that. Only on the demand deposit. Currency of the public only on the demand deposit. Then again another plus. The deposit of the RBI. So you can say deposit with the RBI. Deposit with the RBI. Okay. Other deposit with the RBI. So M1 or narrow money contains what are the monies or what are the currencies? Currencies with the public. Please everybody. M1 contains as well as the money with the bank, that too in a demand deposit, not on the fixed deposit, as well as deposit at the RBI. These are the components of the M1. Take M2, intermediate money. Here, all narrow money means what we discussed in M1 plus M1 plus demand deposit in the post office, not bank. Demand deposit in the post office. Okay. M1 plus demand deposit in the post office. Next, M3 broad money. Here, not M2, here M1 only, M1 plus, and what we left else in the M1, what are the components of the M1? Fixed deposit we left, right? Demand deposit we added. Fixed deposit of the bank or post office? Bank. So M1 plus fixed deposit of the bank. Here also M1, here also M1, okay, not M2 here. Here, then M4, here M3, not M1 here. M3 plus fixed deposit at the post office, because in M2 we discussed fixed deposit of, demand deposit at the post office. Here in the M4, fixed deposit at the post office. Over M3 plus fixed deposit at the post office. So that means M2 and M4 is related to post office. First of all, M2 is related to post office demand deposit and M4 is related to post office fixed deposit. Yes or no? And M1 and M3 is related to bank deposits. M1 is related to demand deposits and M3 related to fixed deposit. Yes or no? Okay. In the first thing, what is M1? The currency with the public hand plus currency in the bank, that to demand deposit, not fixed deposit, plus the rest of the deposit with the RBI. This is the M1. The M2 means M1 plus the fixed, demand deposit at the post office. Yes or no? Then M3 means M1 again, not M2. M1 plus the fixed deposit at the bank, not post office here. And M4 here, not M1. M3 plus the fixed deposit at the post office. These are the different components of the money, M1, M2, M3, M4. Then what is this M0 at the top? ಏನಿರ್ಬೋದು? I'll tell you the statement, then tell me. M0 is the reserve money. Reserve money which is not usually, which is not comes under the money circulation, or it is not we able to use for the money circulation. These are the money in the circulation, right? Here this is the stable money or reserve money which is not useful in the circulation. Now tell me, what is this M0? Something out of circulation. It is reserved somewhere else. Where we reserve money normally? In the form of SLR and CRR. Those are the M0. So money in the circulation means MC is equal to M1 plus M2 plus M3 plus M4. This is money in the circulation. Okay. And total money MT is equal to M0 plus money in the circulation. Yes or no? Total currency or total money you can say. Total money. Money in the circulation MC is equal to M1, M2, M3, M4. This money is not in the circulation. This is the reserve money. So total money is equal to this reserve money means MO or you can say M0 plus MC means money in the circulation. Okay. So total money in the circulation, same thing, money in the circulation. Something total money in the circulation means M1, M2, M3, M4. Total money in the reserve plus money in the circulation, M1, M2, M3, M4 plus M0. Okay. These are the things. This is the last topic which I want you to remember for the examination. Even tumba sati kelidaro. What is narrow money? Or narrow money contains what? Okay. Or M2 contains the fixed deposit of the bank or the post office. Okay. And M3 contains a demand or the fixed deposit. These kind of questions. You should be in a position to say what actually it is. This is what I want from you guys. Should remember. Because there is no doubt in this, I guess. Clean ಆಗಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಏನಾದರೂ ಡೌಟ್ ಇದೆಯಾ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ? No, right? So, these are the things important. And rest everything we discussed actually. See, what is the fiat money? Fiat money we discussed it, right? Fiat money, legal, while discussing different kinds, evolution of money, the one thing is fiat money. Like I told you, for its there is no actual value. Because of its face value, it takes its value. This is the difference between the intrinsic money and fiat money. You should know because the money, tokens, intrinsic and fiat. Fiat means this is just if you consider a 2000 rupees paper, a currency note. If tomorrow Modi ji comes online like mera buy one pay no, from 12 AM I am going to do denomination, or you can say what is that? Money denomination, or what is another name? Note to Amanyakaranam. ನಾನು ನೋಟು ಅಮಾನ್ಯೀಕರಣ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೊರಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಕೋಆಪರೇಟ್. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ದಿಸ್ 2000 rupees note having no other value, it is like a value 0, alva? Because it has its value before because of its face value, which is legally authorized by the established government. The established government of a particular country, it legally authorized some of the values to that proper currency or to that proper piece of paper. Because of that legally authorized notion, that piece of paper gets its own value. That is fiat money. Now what is this intrinsic money? Consider during Gupta's period, they used to issue coins in a metal format, that too valuable metals called gold and silver currency issue ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು. They used to issue gold and silver currencies. If consider Gupta, who is the famous Gupta ruler? Don't say Chandragupta Maurya because he is a Maurya king. Ashoka you can say, or Samudragupta, or Chandragupta I, Chandragupta II. These are not Mauryas. Chandragupta I and II are the Guptas. Okay, there is lot many Chandraguptas in ancient Indian style. Come to that. Okay, Chandragupta I and II Gupta, Chandragupta Maurya. Okay, before Gupta Maurya comes, after Magadha, after defeating Magadha is a place first of all. In that place, because of its fertility, it became very previous. In that region, the three dynasties which prevailed. What is that three dynasty? Shishunaga, Nanda, and the last dynasty, Nanda. The last ruler, Dhanananda. Dhanananda was defeated by Chandragupta Maurya with the help of Chanakya, Kautilya. Okay, then Maurya Empire started. Okay, and after Maurya Empire, post-Maurya Empire, some of the foreigners, some of the Indian Empire will comes. After post-Maurya empires, the Gupta comes into picture. Okay, from Gupta, this Chandragupta I, Chandragupta starts. But during Maurya time, he was the Chandragupta Maurya, was the founder of the Maurya dynasty. That is different, clear. During Gupta period, they issued gold coins in India. Gold coins means what? If tomorrow Ashoka comes online, and if he Ashoka online ಬಂತು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಂತ ಮಾಡಿ ಏನು ಫ್ರಮ್ ಟುಮಾರೋ ನಾನು ನೋಟು ಅಮಾನ್ಯೀಕರಣಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೇನೆ. I'm also going for the same, like our Modiji. So there is no value for this gold coins which early was issued. So the gold coin holders, they are very happy because if there is no face value also, it having its own intrinsic value. They will what they will do? They will dilute that coin into a solid gold and they will sell it. Okay, it is having its own worth, it's having its own intrinsic value. That is the difference. Fiat currency means because of the legal agreement it is having some value. If the agreement was left means there is no value at all. Intrinsic money means whatever may be the agreement or whatever may be the condition, it is having its own value. Example, gold coin. Okay, this is the intrinsic money. Okay, and we discussed who is going to remove, who is going to issue which money. Okay, ಆ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ನೀವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಯಾವುದು ಸಂಡೇ ಈವ್ನಿಂಗ್ ನೋಟ್ಸ್, ಮೇ ಬಿ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಸಿಗಲ್ಲ. ಸಂಡೇ ಈವ್ನಿಂಗು ತುಂಬ ಎಲ್ಲ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಯಾರು ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಇದ್ರು ಅವ್ರು ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಐ ಗೆಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಫೈನೆಸ್ಟ್ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಎವರ್ ಇನ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕಾನಮಿ ಫಾರ್ UPSC. ಓಕೆ, I worked hard for preparing these notes and I delivered it in a proper way according to me. Okay, how much you understood I don't know, but according to me this is the proper way of delivering economy to you. You guys are understood or not? Entire economy from the beginning. Okay, at any point of time I did not make you to burden, right? I kept it in a very simple manner. Whatever may be the topic, I tried my level best to keep it in a simple manner. And I hope you took the same way in which I delivered. If that was the not case, that means balance sheet equal agilla. If that was the case, then fine. Okay. ನಾನು ಅಂದ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗಿ ನೀವು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ರೆ ತೊಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅದರ್ವೈಸ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಗೋ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಟು ದ ಒರಿಜಿನಲ್ ಥಿಕ್ ಬಲ್ಕಿ ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬುಕ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸೇ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ ಮಟೀರಿಯಲ್ಸ್. ಅದರ್ವೈಸ್ ಮೈ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಮೋರ್ ದೆನ್ ಎನಫ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಿ ಎಕಾನಮಿ. ಐ ಕವರ್ಡ್ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್. ಓಕೆ, if you are able to connect this with the current affairs means this is more than enough. I covered nook and corners of the economy which is actually needed for the UPSC. ಈವನ್ ನನ್ನ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿಗೂ ಇಷ್ಟು ಓದಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಗೆ ಅಂತಾನೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಓದ್ಕೊ ಬಂದು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಮೋರ್ ದೆನ್ ಎನಫ್. ನನ್ನ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿಗೂ ಇಷ್ಟು ಓದಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ದಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್? ಐ ಸ್ಕೋರ್ಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ ವಾಟ್ ಐ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್ ಯು. ದಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಬೇಕಾದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿನೇ ಇದೆ, ಮೋರ್ ದೆನ್ ನೀಡೆಡ್. ಓಕೆ, so use it properly. And see, the thing in UPSC is where student do mistake is in the hurry of learning everything, they will make the concept difficulty more and more, because they will read the same concept in one topic and they will read the same concept in another topic in another book. The same concepts in the another book or in the another website or in the another sources. So what happens when you went through different sources of the books for the same topics or different sources, the concept going to become difficulty after difficulty. It will not become easy for you. So making it simple is the key for the UPSC. Everything make it simple. Whatever may be the concept, from the history to science and tech, whatever may be the concept, try to make it in a simple manner as possible, so that you are able to retain it, so that you are able to reproduce it in your examination. Otherwise, it has become a bulky, and the same bulk will become a kind of stone on your head on the examination day. You are not able to crack that stone, then finally you are not able to crack the exam. So, learn a habit of making everything in a simple manner. Not only economy. ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟಿ ಅನ್ನೋ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಹೇಗಾದರೂ ಮಾಡಿ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಮೈ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಟಜಿ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಐ ಶಿಫ್ಟೆಡ್ ಮೈ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಟಜಿ ಸೇಮ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಟು ಯು ಗೈಸ್. ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಸ್ಮಾರ್ಟ್ ಎನಫ್ ಟು ಕ್ಯಾರಿ ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್, ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಕ್ಯಾರಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಎಲ್ಸ್? ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಎಕಾನಮಿ. I completed it, and rest of the things is there in your hand. Okay, first complete your notes. Okay, first of all must complete your notes. After that, let us see what happens. And I've been constant touch with you guys even after this also, like while reading something, if you felt any difficulty, you can contact me through any social media. Okay, by saying so, tomorrow I expect you to bring a new fresh notes, not in these notes. Okay, I am not allowed to write environment in economy notes. I need a fresh proper notes. Okay, you can leave now. Thank you so much.